All right, here is here is another bag that I'm purging myself from. Okay, this is stuff that no longer serves me. There is you see a SpongeBob right there. I don't know if you see that or not, but there's a SpongeBob right there. And the only reason why I'm burning him is because he's wearing a skull and crossbones pirate thing. And God told me to purge myself from all my skulls, all my bones, anything that that's dead or that represents death, to be free from it. I was a goth for a super duper long time, and I was a proud goth for a super duper long time. I was super lost and broken back then, and don't get me wrong, I mean, emo is emo, but you know, it doesn't serve me anymore, man. It doesn't serve me. And you know, God told me to purge myself of these things. Clean house. And when he said clean house, he didn't mean just physically clean your house. He meant rid yourself of things that are no longer serving you, that are bad. You know what I'm saying? Bad things. So I accidentally just now got some lighter fluid on my hands, so I'm going to be smart and not strike the match yet, because gotta wash it off. Gotta wash it off. So I have the hose pipe here. Okay, safety first. You know what I'm saying? I was a Girl Scout, dude. I know what I'm doing. There's a very, very light breeze happening right now, but it is super light. Like, seriously, it's super duper light. So, I'm just gonna do as God commands me to do, which is purge myself from the things that no longer serve me, that are not of Him. I can't tell. I don't want to do what I did the other day and like light myself, like blow up anything like I did well, I didn't blow up anything, but I definitely got some stuff so I'll just wait on it to do its magic, because I don't want to take a chance and try to burn it again and then it go poof right in front of my face like it did the other day. Only by the grace of God I didn't catch myself on fire. So yeah, I don't want to do that. But and I am shaking because I took my burn pill earlier, and I took my burn pill earlier, so it has natural caffeine in it, which I'll just let that go, because I put enough lighter fluid over there for it to go, you know, for it to do its mojo. So, like I said, I'm sorry I'm shaking. Like I said, I took my burn pill earlier, and it's got me twitchy. Plus, I'm like super excited to be purging myself. Round 2 of stuff that no longer serves me, you know. And yeah, I can already smell the lighter fluid, so it's gonna do its magic, I believe. It should. That other side's gonna catch here in a minute, and it's all gonna go up in a second. I gotta watch what I'm doing, because like I said, it should all catch here in a second. Oh, it's expanding. And like I said, I have a hose pipe right beside me in case I need it. But I have books and movies in that bag. I have CDs. I have a lot of rap CDs in there. They just don't serve me anymore, man. Like, they're, you know, talking about women being hoes and, you know, bad things. So, like, talking about drugs and alcohol, they're promoting violence. And that's not of me anymore. You know, that's not of me anymore. And I don't need things like that in my life. You know, I don't need those things. There's a lot of metal CDs that I burnt. Yep, there it goes. There's a lot of metal CDs that I just burnt. That I'm trying to burn. And a lot of other things that just not of me anymore. Like, I don't agree with them anymore. They're not of God. They're not of me. You know, God told me to burn the stuff, so that's what I'm doing. You know, he told me to get rid of it, to be set free, to be transformed. He said this is the only way. You know, just like I told the lady at the CVS just now, or the Walgreens, she said, well, you know, why don't you just give it away? Why don't you just throw it away? And I'm like, well, yeah, I could totally give it away. I could totally throw it away. But that defeats the whole purpose. And, you know, God says you cleanse with fire. You know, you cleanse your soul with fire. Oh, look at that wicked flame, dude. Can you see that? That flame is so wicked inside that SpongeBob. Oh, my gosh. But anyway, that's what he said. That's what he told me. He kept telling me. He said, you cleanse yourself by fire. You cleanse your soul with fire. Like, in order to be cleansed, you must do it with fire. Nothing else will work. So, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing as God tells me to do. I'm being led by God to get rid of this stuff, to burn this stuff, the way that he tells me to do it, the way that he wants me to do it. You know, nobody else understands what I'm saying, man. You know, some people do. Some people get it, but a lot of people don't. And, but it's not up to them, you know what I'm saying? It's not up to them. It's up to me. Man, those flames are wicked. It's up to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing as God tells me to do, as God leads me to do. So that's why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. You know, I'm getting rid of things that no longer serve me. Things that no longer serve me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting rid of. That's what I'm doing. That's, you know, I'm doing as he commands me to do, as he leads me to do. Oof, that's wicked. Okay, now that smoke is definitely getting into me. But I'm just doing as he leads me to do, as he commands me to do. I'm not doing it for any other reason, you know. I got my, I already lit the ground. I mean, not lit the ground, but I already soaked the ground around the fire with water so that, it won't spread on the ground. This is a controlled burn, so nobody needs to freak out. Like, I have the hose pipe right here. You know, I have the hose pipe right here if I need it. Yeah, man. So he says to rid yourself of these things by fire, that we cleanse by the fire, says God. That's what he commanded me to do, so this is what I'm doing. You know, there's some serial killer books over here, and a lot of movies that are demonic, and, you know, about, ooh, that are demonic. Smells like meth. Ugh. That are super demonic and not of God. They're about witchcraft, about witches, about serial killers. I'm setting it all on fire. I don't need those things anymore. Those things are not of God. Those are not what God intends for me to do with my life anymore. So I'm just doing as he commands me to do. You know, he says that we must be washed in his blood, in his name, for his grace, for his mercy, for his love. And this is how we do things. You know, we don't throw things away so that other people can get a hold of them. We burn them. Whew. I should have brought a freaking mask, dude. And I hate it for anybody that's standing outside right now. But, sorry. Sorry. I ain't cooking up meth, y'all. I'm burning some stuff. It just happens to be plastic. And unfortunately, that's what meth smells like when it's being cooked up. It smells like freaking plastic being burned. But, yeah, I burned a bunch of books over there. I don't know if you could read the side, but Angels and Demons is one of them. A serial killer book. Some other stuff. Some other stuff. So I'm ridding myself of things that are no longer serve him, you know, that no longer serve him. Yeah, dude. I need to stir it, and I forgot to bring a poker. Again, I didn't bring a fucking poker. I know. I wanted to hurry up and get rid of this shit, so I didn't even, like, you know, I didn't even do what I was supposed to do. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But, like I said, it's controlled burn. You know, safety first. I'm making sure that the water hose pipe is right there by the fire and the hose pipe is turned on. So that, you know, need be, I need it for anything. I can put the fire out, you know. It's not, I'm not burning it on the ground, I'm burning inside of a container, so, you know, and it's not a big fire, it's just something small, you know. But anyway, it stinks so bad out here. I wish you could smell it. It's horrible. Absolutely freaking horrible, dude. The stench is just, horrendous. It is causing my shoes to be, like, so, It's causing my shoes to be so, But, yeah, man. So that's what I'm doing. And tonight I'm going to a show. I'm going to go see Dope Lemon at the Fillmore. I'm excited about that because I like his music and I like that band. My dad was kind of yelling at me earlier about it. He's like, well, if they're not Christian, you don't need to be going. And I'm like, okay. But how do you know that I can't minister to somebody? How do you know that I can't witness to somebody at the show? Maybe that's the reason why God wants me to go to this show. Because, you know, I always pray before, you know, I go to these shows that I know that aren't Christian shows. And also, I don't attend shows if I get some kind of feeling or earlier in that day about them. I won't attend. But I haven't had any feelings about anything. Like, God hasn't spoken to me and told me not to go. You know what I'm saying? If he tells me, Courtney, I don't want you to attend if he says, Courtney, I don't want you to attend this concert tonight because of blah 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 blah, then yes, I'm going to listen to him and I'm not going to attend. But he hasn't said that to me. He hasn't told me. He hasn't placed in my heart, hey, don't go. He hasn't once said that to me. So, you know what? I'm going. Like, you know, I might can bear witness to somebody. You know, I could be used tonight to help somebody who's on the fence about Jesus. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's usually why I go to the events that I go to anyway. Because he tells me to. You know, I feel led and compelled to go. So, you know, I mean, everything I do, honestly, everything I do is for the glory of him. You know, the videos I make are for the glory of him, to testify, to witness, to, you know, try to get through to my people who I know are not believers, who do not care for him, you know, because the way I see it, by his stripes we are healed, you know, and, shit. By his stripes we are healed. And, you know, he tells me to do these things, therefore that's why I do them. Fuck. That was super hot. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cuss. But, so, you know, that's why I do what I do. Man, that's exactly why I do what I do. You know? I mean, you know, not everybody understands, and that's okay, because not everybody is meant to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, not everybody, I mean, he doesn't speak to us the same way, first off, he doesn't. You know, about his scripture, about his word, he does. But when it comes to things that he places on our heart to do, he does not. And, you know, he just doesn't. So, he just doesn't, you know. I mean, whatever he tells me to do in good faith is not something he's going to probably tell you to do in good faith, you know, because he speaks to us all differently. So, whew. But yeah, man, I'm trying to get all my books burnt up to where it's nothing but ash. Like, you know, and it's hard because some of it, you know, there's plastic being burnt still over here, I could tell. And it won't let me open up the books. I'm trying though. There's a bunch of like pages burnt right here that I could tell are white, you know, or the white ash, which I don't want to mess with it too much because it is slightly windy out and I don't want that to go flying off and catch something on fire, you know, for whatever I didn't get sprayed. So maybe I'll just spray this part. You know, so that I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. But, yeah, man. You know, I'm just doing as he commands me to do. Not everybody understands or is even trying to understand what is happening. You know, like, I've had a lot of people ask me questions. You know, I've had a lot of people ask me questions, you know, and I keep trying to explain myself to them and they just still don't get it. But that's okay because not everybody's meant to understand. You know, not everybody's meant to understand. Like I said before, whatever he says to me is not going to be what he says to you and vice versa. You know, But yeah, man. I mean, but yeah, man, it is what it is. And you know what, I might just go ahead and put it out and then come back and burn the rest later, because it is in the middle of the day and people I know are going to be getting, kids are going to be coming home from school and they're going to be like, what's that smell? And I don't want anybody to call the law on me or nothing, you know. So, because people are stupid and they don't realize that I know what I'm doing. So, but I mean, just like I told this guy, this cop the other day when I was getting my car washed, because I asked him about it, because there is a banned burn going on, and I know about it, but that's for big fires. First off, it's for big fires. Secondly, it's for fires that are on the freaking ground. And third, apparently that rule doesn't apply to the people who are construction workers who are having burns about all kind of crap that they're set on fire outside. Because there are countless freaking fires that I've passed in this last several days. And, you know, those aren't controlled. You don't see no daggum water pipes anywhere out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no hose pipes out there. Like, I ain't seen one single person with the damn hose pipe out there. And I mean, they're in the middle of freaking nothing because they've tore down on the daggum trees. You know? But, yeah. And it is hot as heck out here, man. I'm sweating my ass off. It's like 80 degrees and I'm wearing pants. And my shoes are all messed up. You see them? Ew. But, anyway. So, I'm probably going to put the fire out here in a few. And, you know, I'll come back and clean it out in a couple of days or whatever. Just because, I would like to hurry up and go get ready for my show and still have, like, time, you know. Because, like, I washed my hair the other day, but it feels really rank. Because I didn't put any stuff in my hair to keep it from frizzing out. And so it's like, you can't even put your hand through it at all. It just like, because I always put coconut oil in my hair, and I have for like the past like 4 or 5 years now. And so just having all that coconut oil in my hair and constantly having it in my hair and not having it in my hair today, is just like really, I feel it bad, dude. So it's like, it feels nappy. So I want to at least go take a shower before. Plus, I don't want to go to any concert smelling like fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not ever fun. So. But now it's just the books burning. Now it's just all the books burning. Like, I burned an Orbs book. I burned serial killer books. Angels and Demons, what has to do with a bunch of propaganda and made up stuff. I don't even know what else, man. Just a bunch of stuff. A bunch of different books that, you know, I felt like God wanted me to get rid of. Because, you know, like I said before, I'm getting rid of everything that has to do with witchcraft, witches, dragons, other stuff that's not of him, you know, whatever that might be. I'm getting rid of it. You know, like I said before, like I keep saying, he says to purge ourselves from these things that are demonic and are of the world, that are not of him, that promote violence, that promote sex, that promote drugs, that promote alcohol, that promote witchcraft. anything that is not of him, we need to get rid of. Now, you can, you know, throw yourself away. You might have no problem with throwing yourself away. But for me, I'm not going to throw myself away. I don't want it to get into the wrong hands. I'd rather burn it and, you know, get rid of it through fire like he commands me to, and not set it on, you know, not throw it away, because I don't want it to get into the wrong hands. You know, I don't want to get into the wrong hands. I don't want somebody else to get a hold of it, and for them to be able to, you know, listen to this demonic music. I don't want somebody else to get a hold of my stuff and, you know, get into witchcraft, or, you know, be bothered by, you know, things that aren't of him and aren't important. You know, like, I'm trying to help people grow in Christ. I'm not trying to help people get caught up with the rest of the world, because the world's going to lead you straight to hell, but Jesus Christ is going to lead you straight to heaven. You know, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. People can hate all they want. I don't care. Like, let them hate. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. Let them hate. Let the haters hate. Like, they don't even know me. You know, I don't even care if they do even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need any more friends. I got the friends I have that I'm blessed with, that God sends me in my life for a reason. You know, I don't need all these extra friends, you know, who's just going to pass judgment on me, and, you know, who's just going to, you know, try to condemn me and tell me that I'm part of the world when I know I'm not. You know, I got enough people around me that are sent by God to help me grow further in Christ, for a reason, you know, not these people who are, you know, demonic. I'm trying to weed myself of all of these people that are not serving him. You know, I'm trying to weed myself of these people that have an ulterior motive. You know, he says that it's important to surround yourself with godly people, with people that are trying to walk in the Spirit, you know, not people who are trying to, you know, walk in the flesh. So that's why I do what I do. You know, that's why I make these videos, to try to educate people on Jesus and about what the Bible actually says, not about what you're taught by some preacher who's living in sin, who's all about, you know, the flesh, and all about, you know, other crap that's not godly. You know, I don't want to be, I've said it before, I don't want to be lukewarm. I don't want to be spit from his mouth. Okay? I don't. I'm trying to do everything in my power to not be spat from his mouth. I'm trying to do everything in my power, you know, to walk with him, walk by faith, not by sight, and not be caught up in all the lies that man's trying to tell us, because they don't want to be bold for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be set apart. They want to follow the flock straight to hell, because, oh, sin feels so good. Sin tastes so good. You know, sin feels so good upon my skin. You know, sin sounds so good in my ear holes. You know, and you gotta really, really watch for these things, man. You really gotta watch for these things, because they're everywhere. And unless you're awake, you don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're awake, you have no clue. You're still caught up in that lie. And I don't want to be caught up in that lie anymore, man. So I'm purging myself of that lie. I'm purging myself of the lies that I've been told, the lies that I believed almost my entire life, that I tried to convince everybody else that wasn't a lie, because I didn't want to admit that these people were not really for me. I didn't want to admit that these bands that I idolized at one point in time were really demons in disguise. I didn't want to admit all that. You know, back in the day, I loved my sin, man. I loved my sin so much. I mean, look where it took me. Look where it took me. It took me down a really dark path for, you know, 16 plus years. It took me forever to get sober. You know, actually, I mean, because I kept, you know, I would get sober for a hot minute for a couple years, and then I would go right back to what I was, you know, whatever I was doing before. And then I would get sober again, and then I would go back, and then I would get sober again, and then I'd go back. And it was just this unending cycle of torment and crap for so freaking long. It was like that. Oh shit. Whew. Okay. Okay. Let's okay. All right. Under control. Under control. I got this. But anyway, so like I said a second ago, I'm purging myself of these things that no longer serve me, that I know are 100% demonic, are 100% of the devil, and I'm not down with that crap anymore. And I'm not here to sit here and judge any of y'all who are still living in sin. I'm not. And I'm not judging y'all by any means. But for me and my special person, me and myself, me, myself, and I am no longer partaking in that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not. Like, if I go to this show tonight and he's talking about the devil or using drugs or, you know, hoes and all that, guess what? I'm going to turn around, I'm going to walk right out. You best believe. Like, I will. I won't spend any money. I won't buy a t-shirt. I won't, you know, I won't do anything that's going to render me in my walk with him right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because my dad was like, oh, I can't believe you're going to do that. And blah, 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 blah. Well, you know, and I told him, I was like, well, this is, you know, I'm going to this show, excuse me, and in December, I'm going to a gigantic freaking party in Atlanta, a drum and bass party, and then after that, I probably won't, nobody will probably see me for a super duper long time unless they come to some kind of Christian event, because at the New Year, you know, I'm only going to, like, certain shows. I'm not going to be going to all of these different, parties and stuff. Like, of course, I'll support my certain individual people, you know. I'll support my certain individual people, but for the most part, I'm not going to be going to shows like I've been doing this whole time this year. I won't be going to all of these parties in Charlotte like I was. I'm not going to be doing all of these things that I was doing before, you know, that's not of him. Oh, shit. Really? Come on, let go. I see what you're doing. Yeah, I think there was 2 serial killer books in that one. I still have a whole lot more to go through in my rooms to purge myself of. Like, I started bag number 6, but I haven't actually put anything in it. So, when I go home in a little bit, I'm going to start after I take my shower, because I'll be leaving here. The show doors don't open until 7 p.m. tonight. Show doesn't start until 7:45 tonight, and I'm gonna be stopping at the Starbucks on my way to the show, because I promised my not blood niece that I would come by and say hey, because she works at Starbucks, and so I'll grab a drink instead of having to go and get me a Red Bull somewhere, because I always drink, even though I've taken my burn pill that has natural caffeine in it. I still always drink Red Bull or something while I'm at the show. You know, like, that's just my thing to do. That's what I've been doing this whole time. And, so, yeah. So, I will, so I will go by there and get a drink before I go to the show. Before I go to the show. I will go and get a Starbucks drink before I go, and so that I don't have to, you know, so that at least it will be coffee caffeine instead of like Red Bull caffeine, you know what I'm saying? Even though the Red Bull that I drink is only 114 milligrams of caffeine, you know, and I don't know how much caffeine is in a venti iced macchiato or venti caramel latte. I don't know, but yeah, man. So just, but that's what I'm planning on doing, and I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start filling up bag number 6 whenever I get home, and yeah, it'll be all good. So yeah. I know the fire is making my, oh yeah, my pants are nasty, dude. I'm definitely gonna have to, like, hang them up to dry because it's got wet on the bottom. Ew, look at that funk. Ew, it's like Raver Gravy funk on the back of my pants. And my shoes are so, ugh. So I'm gonna have to wear another pair of my Converse. I haven't even figured out what I'm gonna wear to my show tonight. I don't know. I don't even know what I want to wear. I don't even know. Ooh, shit. Whew. But, yeah, there's still a lot of the books that haven't burnt up all the way. Oh, shit. Ooh, fuck. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was doing really good and trying not to cuss only a couple of times now, but ooh, I almost got my finger. I almost got my finger. The good thing is like almost all my books are on fire, or they're not really burned up, because I see where there's a bunch that are open. So I'm trying to push this stuff where it's like burning plastic like on it, to where it catches it on fire, and it so that it will burn up properly. Because I don't want to leave like books intact for when she wakes up, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's asleep. She told me to come over here and burn whatever I wanted to burn, as long as it was controlled, that I was able to do whatever I wanted. I know I got a good best friend, huh? But so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep my camera on the fire and not her back door or anything. It's not like nobody knows which friend I'm talking about, but, you know, in case, I don't know. There it goes. There it goes. I don't want to mess with it too much because even though the pages are burnt up, I can still see the words. So that's not complete burnt. It's not complete ashes. Don't you dare, wind. Don't you dare, wind. Don't you dare do it. You better stay in there. I see you. Don't make me bust out my water and put you out. Because I so will. I did put it out a little bit. I know. But I didn't put it out all the way. Like I said, there's a lot that's still burning, and that's plastic. Another crap that's over here. So let's get this stuff burnt, and then I'll put water on it to whoa, cover your mouth. Alright, I'll put water on it to make it go completely up after I know that all of the books burned up completely, because right now they're still intact. I don't want them all gone. Yeah, but I can't remember how many serial killer books are in that pile right now. And most of them I've read. Like, most of them I read pretty fastly. I used to be in all these different book clubs back in the day. When I pulled myself off of drugs and alcohol the first time by myself. But I didn't do it together at the same time. Like, I pulled myself off of alcohol, and when my brother got killed in a car accident with my friend Tommy and my friend Kelly, he wasn't my blood brother, but he was my brother nonetheless. When he got killed, when three of them got killed in that car accident, I wasn't drinking then. But people thought that I was at this party. Like, they tried to say that I was at this party because I was 21, but I was not at that party. Like, I was at the house that they were parked at, that Eric had his car parked at. And I almost hit Eric's car trying to get out of the daggum driveway because he had parked so close behind my car. I had to run over my friend's bush to get me and my car out of the daggum driveway. And yeah, so I wasn't drinking then. And it wasn't until after they got killed in that car accident that I started drinking again. But I was only drinking, when I started drinking again, I only did it like for special events. Like, it had to be somebody's birthday that I really wanted to celebrate, you know, or like a wedding. I think I went to somebody's wedding and I drank then. But for the most part, I didn't drink, you know. Ooh, there's that fire. Oop, 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 don't do it, don't do it. You better stay in there. Come on, wind, don't do it. Stay in there. But anyway, so, yeah. And then I also had got myself off of off of drugs, and I wasn't whenever I had stopped drinking, I was still currently using drugs, but I wasn't using them as much as I had been. You know what I'm saying? And then And then when I started drinking again, then I got off drugs. Then I got off drugs. But yeah, after Tommy and Jason and Kelly died, I was currently using drugs at that time. And I remember I abruptly stopped using drugs. Probably about 2 months after they got killed, I stopped using drugs, and then I started drinking again. And I didn't stop using. I was sober off of drugs until 2007, but during that whole time, I was smoking weed. But I wasn't using any hardcore drugs. Like, I didn't use cocaine. I didn't use, or wait, that's not right. I started back using drugs. I started back using drugs in 2003 when I met up with Kevin. When I met back up with Kevin, or right before, it wasn't actually when I first started hanging out with Kevin, but it was like right before I started hanging out with Kevin, then that's when I started using drugs. And I didn't stop using drugs until 2010. When he got hurt in 2007, I slowed down, but I didn't actually stop. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this has been like, you know, and I'm only by the grace of God have I been completely sober for 13 years from alcohol and drugs. And, you know, I've only made it this far because of him. Oh, shit. Really? Really? Alright, bitch. Well, since you're going to be a dick, I'm going to completely saturate you to where you can't blow any fire anywhere. You want to be like that, fire? Then fine. I wasn't done burning, but I guess I am now, because I don't need an actual fire happening outside of this area. But let me make sure it's all put out, because you know how embers are up underneath. You could think the top part's out, but then it will still be going underneath, and I don't want to have a fire after I leave and her be like, oh, you caught my woods on fire, or oh, people are complaining, or whatever, you know. Like, I don't want all that. So it smells like toasted marshmallows. I wish I had a freaking poker, but I don't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see that? All that sticky stuff? That's plastic. I need a poker. Yeah, I think it might still be on fire underneath. I hear it. I hear it. But anyway, so I'm going to fiddle with this. I had to put it out because a big gust of wind just came along, and I don't want to set nothing on fire like outside of this area. So I'm going to stop my video right now. I still had a ways to go. But God is good. And so the rest of that stuff after, you see it's still smoking. I told you, even though I put flame on it, it's still going. So I'm gonna spray water on it and go find something metal. I'm gonna look in my car and see if I have anything that's like metal or anything to, like, you know, get the stuff popped up so I can spray it down with water, make sure it's out. Then I got a trash bag I could put it all into once I know that there's no actual burning, and then I could just drop it off at the dump. But yeah, man, I hope everybody has a great freaking day. God bless. I love y'all. And you know, like I said, in order for us to be purged of the things that no longer serve us, we have to do it by fire. There's no point for us to throw it away or give it away, because then all you're doing is passing on demon to demon to demon. And this world is too broken and too fallen for all of that. So just think about what I'm saying. You know, you can you know, you can use your own discretion however you see fit, but you know, I only say this stuff because I care and I've walked it myself. So I'm just trying to share with you what I've learned in my past, you know, and what has not served me. And I don't want nobody to be spat out from his mouth. So this is why I make these videos, and this is why I share. But I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Peace.